Good afternoon. It's my great pleasure to welcome you to the 2020 summit of the Southeast Florida Regional Climate Change Compact. Today marks the 12th Compact Summit. It's perhaps the most unusual in this annual series. This virtual summit almost wasn't. While it became clear some months ago that our usual in-person summit in Palm Beach County wasn't possible, it took a bit longer to determine that this virtual event should be offered instead. The Compact partners did a bit of research and learned that there was interest in a virtual summit. And once announced, over 800 individuals registered, which is on par attendance for our typical in-person event. On behalf of the Compact, we're grateful to each of you for joining us today online in a format that is safe for all of us. It is my customary role to brief the summit on the year past. To say that 2020 is unprecedented is now trite, a cliche. The pandemic and its many impacts, a significant economic recession, a more tumultuous than usual politics, and a national uprising for social justice are among the most prominent features of a year that seems unparalleled to many. Thus far, it has been a year of adversity that has shown us fragility and strength in places we least expected, and it has shown us truths about ourselves and our society, both good and ill, that many of us didn't fully appreciate as we gathered last December in Key West. I think we can all take some comfort, however, in knowing that work has progressed this year in battling the longer-term challenge of global climate change amid all of these other factors. And in many ways, the lessons we're gleaning from 2020 are making Southeast Florida's climate change efforts better and stronger. Earlier this year, the Compact updated the RCAP 2.0 website with a host of new curated resources, tools, case studies, and model local policy documents, among other resources, to support local government implementation of aligned climate policy. The Compact also released a regional electric vehicle deployment resource guide. Our planned workshop series was upended, as was the case for nearly all events this year, but we pivoted to virtual convenings to support the rollout of the Compact's latest sea level rise guidance document, a staff training series on climate equity with the Partnership for Southern Equity, and most recently, a municipal government workshop on developing a benchmarking tool to help our 109 cities advance climate action in concert with the four-county region. The Compact was more grateful. The Compact was active in state and federal advocacy, successfully weighing in on measures before the Florida Legislature, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, and the Florida Public Service Commission. And we were delighted to welcome Dr. Carolina Moran, the first Chief Resilience Officer of the South Florida Water Management District, to the Compact table. And we've made significant progress this year with our economic development partners on the business case for resilience that you will hear much more about today. The Army Corps of Engineers has been active in our region this year with major studies in Miami-Dade and Monroe County underway, and you will hear more about that later today as well. Quickly, around the region, some significant highlights from this year include the launch in Miami-Dade County of the Building Efficiency 305 Hub that contains a wealth of resources for reducing energy and water use that account for 30% of the county's carbon footprint. Monroe County and Key West, together with other partners, secured a Gulf of Mexico Climate Resilience Community of Practice grant to develop resources, provide education, and develop financing options for home elevation, among other services. Broward County adopted a countywide ordinance for uniform top elevations of seawalls and other structures protective against 2 feet of sea level rise, and began working on revising stormwater requirements in light of heavier rains driven by climate change. Miami-Dade County and Palm Beach County secured LEED, or Lead for Cities and Communities grants this year. And in Palm Beach County, several cities banded together to form a micro-regional approach, modeling the Compact on a smaller scale to advance vulnerability assessment and resilience strategy development in an efficient manner. And Palm Beach County anchored a $100,000 grant to advance coastal dune protection efforts as well with cities and the Institute for Regional Conservation. This is just a brief snapshot of the work that cities and counties in the region have done this year despite the challenges of 2020. And you'll be hearing much more shortly. Finally, I want to close on a point of personal privilege by noting that I will soon be stepping down from my current position at the Institute for Sustainable Communities, and thus this will be the final time that I will be providing the year in review segment for the Compact Summit. Working with the Compact partners since 2011 has been the highlight of my career, and I'm more grateful than I can express for that opportunity. I leave knowing that the state of the Compact is strong and that its support functions are in good hands. I look forward to attending future Compact Summits as a participant and seeing you all in person again when we can all safely gather. With that, it's my great pleasure to introduce our first segment. We're honored to be joined by Dr. Marshall Shepard, Distinguished Professor of Geography and Atmospheric Sciences at the University of Georgia, and I would note a fellow FSU alum. Dr. Shepard will be in conversation with an icon in Southeast Florida and beyond, John Morales, the chief meteorologist with NBC6. Dr. Shepard and Mr. Morales will be further exploring some of the themes that I elevated just now, but will be doing so in a much more eloquent manner than I'm able to muster. So with that, John, please take it away.